Hey everyone, my name is Michelle and welcome to the Dilettante's Bookshelf. So in today's video, I am sharing with you my recent thrift books haul. So it's my first book haul, first book purchases of 2024, and I thought it'd be fun to share with you what I have picked up. Now, most of these books came from Oceana, Gotta Read 'em All, and I'll put a link to her channel in the description below. I was watching a couple of her videos, and she did a bookshelf tour, and I saw one of the books, and it just caught my eye, and so I looked it up, and it sounded like something I'd like to write. And I think other ones were ones she had rated as some of her favorite reads from last year. So I think most of these came from her channel, all but one. So I thought it would be fun to share with you what I picked up. So first up is The Red Queen, and this is by Victoria Aveyard. I'm terrible with pronouncing names. Hopefully this is okay. And it says, Mare Barrow's world is divided by blood. Those with red and those with silver. Mare and her family are lowly reds, destined to serve the silver elite whose supernatural abilities make them nearly gods. Mare steals what she can to help her family survive, but a twist of fate leads her to the royal palace itself, where, in front of the king and all his nobles, she discovers an ability she didn't know she had. Except, her blood is red. To hide this impossibility, the king forces her into the role of a lost silver princess and betroths her to one of his own sons. As Mare is drawn further into the silver world, her actions put into motion a deadly and violent dance, pitting prince against prince and Mare against her own heart. From debut, and yeah, so anyway, it's the beginning of a series as far as I know, and which I love a series. If you've been around here, I do love a series. So I think actually after rereading that synopsis, I think I'm gonna read this book next. I'm currently finishing one of my January reads, but I think this might go on my next to read list. Next up is The Bridge to Belle Island. Now, I'm not really a romance reader. I don't really get into romance, but this one looked good. I do like kind of historical fiction, so this one looked really good. It says, after a humiliating mistake, lawyer Benjamin Booker resolves to never again trust a beautiful woman. When an old friend is killed, the senior partner isn't satisfied with Bow Street's efforts and asks Benjamin to investigate. Evidence takes him to a remote island on the Thames, a world unto itself, shrouded in mist and mystery. And I think that's pretty much what pulled me in, because this like little town that's kind of off on its own. I love stories about things like that. Soon Ben found himself falling for the main suspect, a woman who claims not to have left the island in 10 years. But is he a fool to believe her? On Belle Island, Isabel Wilder feels safe and leads a productive life, but fear keeps her trapped there. When Mr. Booker arrives with news of her trustee's murder in London, Isabel is stunned. She has not left the island, yet she has a recurring dream about the man's death. Or is it a memory? When a second person dies and evidence shockingly points to her, Isabel doesn't know whom to trust, the attractive lawyer or the admirer and friends who assemble on Belle Island, each with grudges against the victim. Can she even trust her own mind? While they search for the truth, secrets come to light and dangers come calling. So it sounded like I'm not anti-romance books if there's kind of a strong plot that's not just about the two couples, or the couple itself, rather, the two people. So yeah, this sounded like a really good one. So I am excited to dig into this. I don't know when I'm going to get to this one specifically, but yeah, it sounded like fun nonetheless. Okay, and again, for the person who doesn't read romance, I have husband auditions. And this just seemed like a really interesting concept. So this one says, Mary Newberg feels like the last Christian woman on the planet to be single. So when she's handed a strange present at her best friend's wedding, a 1950s magazine article of ways to get a husband, she decides there's nothing to lose by trying its advice. After all, she can't get any more single. Her brother's roommate sees Mary's crazy plan to follow the vintage list as an opportunity, but not to fall in love. He has zero interest in the effort of a serious relationship. No, this is a career jumpstart. He talks Mary into letting him film every single husband-catching attempt for a new online show. If it goes viral, his career as a cameraman will be made. So as I'm reading it now, I'm kind of less interested. But it does sound interesting, the idea of like kind of pulling up these kind of crazy older ideas on how to catch a husband, trying them out and filming them. So I'll give it a start. If I don't love it, it'll go in my little free library, which is totally fine with me. But it's one of the reasons why I do like to pick up books from Thrift Books, which is where I got all of these. And I'll put more information on all of that in the accompanying blog post, which I'll link below. But I like the idea of trying out new books, but when I don't know anything about the author or different things like that, if I don't pick them up from the library, I will get them used. And this way, if I like them, then I can keep them. And if I don't love them, then I can just add them to a little free library. The other thing I like to do is if I really love them, I can try to find like a nice copy of it, like one of the collector's type copies of books. So that's one I'm going to be doing for one that I finished in January, which I'm just, I love this book. And I'm so devastated because I thought it was a series and it's not. And the author has other books that they've written, which I'm going to try out and I'll talk about it more, but they seem different than this one. So I don't know if I'm going to like them as much, but anyway, that's another video. Then I picked up the Soulmate by Sally Hepworth. Yeah, I think I'm saying that correctly. And this one sounded really interesting. It is, picture a lovely cottage on a cliff with sloping lawns, walking paths, and beautiful flowers. It's Gabe and Pippa Gerard's dream home in a sleepy coastal town. But their perfect house hides something sinister. The tall cliffs have become a popular spot for people to end their lives. Over the past several months, Gabe comes to their rescue, literally talking them off the edge, until one day he doesn't. When Pippa discovers Gabe knew the victim, the questions spiral. Did the victim jump? Was she pushed? And would Gabe, the love of Pippa's life, her soulmate, lie? As the perfect facade of their marriage begins to crack, the deepest and darkest secrets begin to unravel. Because sometimes the most convincing lies are the ones we tell ourselves. So I thought this sounded really interesting. And yeah, I'm excited to add this to my never-ending, never-finishing TBR list. And then the last book, it's not fiction, it's nothing like that, but I wanted to share it with you. It's called Expressive Little Faces, Step-by-Step Techniques for Creating People and Portraits with Personality, and it's by Amaryllis Henderson. And I've had this book on my wish list for a really long time, and I'm taking year-long art classes, and I'm really trying to kind of develop my art a bit more and fine-tune. Part of that is I want to work on my faces, on drawing faces. So yeah, I picked up this book when I saw it on Thrift Books. I thought I have to get it. So yeah, I've already started working through it a little bit, you can see, which is really exciting. And I've brought some of the exercise or some of the pictures and things like that. I've taken them to my sketchbook, which is a lot of fun. So yeah, so that is my list of books that I've just picked up. And I would love to hear if you've read any of them. Please do share, because I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, because some of these authors are completely new to me. Actually, all of them are completely new to me. So if you've read any of them, if you like them, especially I'm really interested in the Red Queen. So yeah, if you have read anything, or if you've read this series, I'd love to hear about it. Love, love, love to hear about it. Because I'm really excited about reading it. So yeah, so that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this little video. I would love to hear what books you've picked up for your first maybe shopping haul for 2024, if you've picked up any. I do have a bunch of library books I picked up too. So if you're interested in seeing what I'm getting from the library, let me know. I'm always looking for new ideas for videos. So yeah, well, thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you again next time. Take care.